forward to it. Now, a while back, actually years ago did a certain video on this Bachmann Mark 1 BG. And it was about Train Tech's tail lamp kit. Now, I'll be honest, I honestly did not do jack to that coach. All I did was switch the battery. That was it. However, with this teak coach here, as you can see, by the red light, I fitted a lamp to it. It's a bit crooked and needs a little touch up, but it still works, nonetheless. Now, I am thinking I should do a reboot version of how I did the kit. Because, well, you see a lot of reboots these days. TV, video, or TV, movies. You see a lot of reboots, so I figure, why the heck not? And I actually bought the same kind of light kit that's on that BG Mark 1 coach, which is a constant light kit, AL3 Plus by Train Tech. And it comes with instructions, the power unit, battery, LED lights, all I need in the kit. As for the tools, what I'll be using are some pin vices, mini drills, a scalpel, and a Dremel with a cane disc. I may fit a drill to that if I want to cheat a bit, but apart from that, should be okay. Now, the coach I'll be using for this is not this one, maybe that one. Actually, yeah, let's go with this one. A very, very simple Hornby Railroad linear teak composite, really. Well, composite brake technically, because it's got a guards area, which is perfect because that area right here, it makes it perfect to store the tech needed for the train kit, like the tail lamp gear, because it's just a void really. And just to touch things up, I will actually paint the interiors as well on all 4 LNER railroad teaks I have. And I find it funny, I once had over 20 at one point. Now I'm just down to 4. How times change. So I'm going to move the camera to a better spot so you can see what the F I'm doing. And I think saying that is within YouTube guidelines. Hopefully I do not get told off. And the reason I say that is the cats have been screwing around with the setup all day, so I'm a little teed off. Sorry. Now let's begin. And the remote. Okay. Now, as I said, I'll be using a few pin vices. One for very fine drill bit. That's exactly the same thickness as the leads for the LEDs. This one's slightly thicker. Reason why I'll explain in a bit. Just in case, I'll also be using a scalpel. Not these. But a cane disc for a Dremel. But yeah, a Dremel and this little pointy tool on it, which I'll bring up to the camera for a better look. If the focus plays fair, there we go. Reason why, I'll gladly save until later. But also, actually, I may need the paint brushes as well, for good reason. The LED is bright red, so gonna have to paint it a bit. First black to prevent any light bleed, then a nice coat of white, just to brighten her out. But first things first, of course, before even thinking of doing a darn thing to the trip, before even thinking of opening the kit itself, we got to open the coach. How, some might ask? Quite simple. You rip the bogies off, and we see what's exposed here. Simple enough. Grab a nice big pair of tweezers. I got these ones. Some people will use needle nose pliers. Some people a special tool. I tend to go with what works for me. Now, this is a real pretty old teak, railroad teak, I should say, which is evident because oh, it's one of these ones. This is actually a front going teak. Oh well, easy swap out between this and another coach I have in my pile. So I'll keep this blooper in just for the kick of it. And also just so you people at home can have a wee giggle. Here is another teak I have. This one doesn't have the tail kit either. The only reason I grabbed the other one instead of this is this felt a little heavier, so I could have been wrong. Very wrong, because that had the extra weight. Okay, bogies off. Clips the ends. One there. One here. Lift up. No extra weights. Just the standard look. Nice. Put that aside. Now we just gently lift out the interior, which will get a paint coat later. So, till then, put that aside. And I don't know if this is a glazing. This glazing comes out or not, or nope. This glazing is stuck in there. Good. I can see the glue marks too. So, oh well. Now, oh, there's something I did do to this coach before even thinking of doing this video. And it was because if you have a look here, you can see clear through these wee square holes. Now, seeing brown beige plastic through there bugged the ever-loving nightmare out of me. So I painted the ends black. Quite simple. And if you're picking up any background noise, that's because it is raining a storm outside. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Now, another thing I plan on doing with the teak is painting the upper piece here, because I've actually been having a look at photographs of teak coaches in their full LNER guys. Doesn't matter what condition they are in. But I'll just pop this back on. You don't see discoloration look like that. I mean, that matches the roof. So I'm going to be busy with the paint and the roof on all 4 coaches. The roofs on all 4 coaches are going to get repainted. Just to satisfy my, I guess I can be called a bit of an anorak for this. I don't know. All I know is it doesn't look right. It just doesn't. And the irony is, though, one of these coaches, probably the one I already fit the lighting kit to, I'm thinking of giving one of these to a fellow modeler I've been having yarns with on Instagram. He actually knows how to give these coaches a beautiful teak look. And without ruining the numbers or the lining, he does a beautiful job. Now, I would mention him, but for the life of me, I forgot his bleeding name. Which is not very nice, I admit. It's not very polite. But it is what it is. Okay, I'm going to have myself a quick cuppa first. Then we'll get back to the tail light. And also if the stinking remote works too.
doing here is painting the interior of the teak brake, really. And believe it or not, this took me over an hour to do. I have the hyperlapse set at full speed, as it were, meaning the fastest speed possible. So 1 minute is about 1 second, I believe. And for wondering what the heck I'm doing in the background, just leaning back in it, well, I was actually watching Railway Roundabout because I had to wait a bit for the paint to dry and cure before carrying off either the next layer or the next color, which was a pain in the backside to a degree, but you have to do what you have to do. And anyhow, I think it turned out good. The nice brown and red combination suits perfectly, and yes, it is fine as it is, just perfectly fine.
Okay, now of course I changed from black to a white shirt. Yeah. Now we're going to change from the brown and red coats we use for the interiors to white for the roof. Now, not this white, no, I only have this one for display purposes these days, but this one, Matte 34 by Humble. They're good paints, they really are good. Thing is though, white is a very tricky colour to paint, so I may have to do more than one coat. But you only see one. Sorry. So, next time you see me, it'll be another hyperlapse, but I think I'll wear green.
Okay, this part's easier to explain. Simply painting the coach roof white so it looks better, and I had to actually after painting the end pieces. Oops. But yeah, I also had to slow the hyperlapse down because originally it was 11 seconds, and good luck trying to put commentary on that.
Okay, now it's been a while since I started on this summit, about 2-3 days tops. Actually, no, it's been a week, and there's a good reason for that. 1, I got work. 2, I got a social life outside of modeling. And 3, I had to wait for frickin' paint to dry, and I couldn't say that on YouTube guidelines. So if anyone complains, buzz off. Now, I actually did get the interior and the roof painted. There's a reason why I painted the roof, and I'll kindly show with this end piece. Now, before, it didn't match. Now, look at that. Nice and seamless. Where, as if I grab an unpainted counterpart and hold the two side by side, apart from the coloration, you can see right at the end the difference. I mean, it's not a perfect white match, but another coat or two, maybe it'll be alright. We'll see. And also, well, the interior, yeah. I actually had to do a lot of research to find out what the interior of an LNER coaches looks like. And turns out, I had the information in one of my boxes all along. A mate of mine on Instagram told me exactly where to find the coloration, and I thought, damn, and I spent 2 hours on Google for nothing. If you're wondering why 2 hours on Google, you'll be surprised how many pictures there are of LNER teaks. Quite a lot. It's ridiculous. Now, just a bit of air of caution. Bit of tissue paper. I was using it to wipe my paintbrushes earlier, so relax. Okay. Now, we have our end with the holes and the newly painted LED tail lamp. I gotta make sure it's in the right way, so checking its fit. I went a bit heavy on the paint, which is good because it helps it fit firmly in there. Fits good. Brilliant. Now, always when you need them, they disappear. Ah, here we go. Pair of cutters. Just trimming the end here of one of the leads, so the device will fit. Now I'm keeping it friction fit because it's good that way. And also in case I do that, keeping that in, But also, thing is though, the way I have this set is I can either fit the device in as the tail lamps like this, or I could have it fit in right now, put the section in, put the base on, put the bogies back on, and we got ourselves a finished project. Quite simple. Now, ooh, glue on these are pretty good. Come on, there we go. Here we have our little device. Now it's got two little indications on here, power settings really, high and low. I want to go low because that means the battery will last an awful lot longer. Now I actually figure on these lamps that the negative lead is the flat end of the lamp, hence the bottom of the lamp. So I just fit the leads in like so. Actually try to fit them in. It's a snug fit apparently. Oh my. It's a snug fit for the LED ends. I'll be damned. And the thing is that these lights are actually designed to fit in only one way. God. I actually have to use the cutters as grips to sneak it in because this is giving me a bit of trouble. There we go. Now it fits in after we struggle. Now I just check the fitting. Okay. As we can see, if I wasn't wearing a dark t-shirt, it pronounces a bit. Well, that's fair enough. Just means it'll, once the battery goes in, it'll slunk down a bit. And once we put the base back on it, it means that is resting hard against this, which means it will feel every vibration through the rails. In theory. Otherwise, it's going to be levitated and a complete pain in the butt. Now, what I love is, oh man, that's ripping the instructions. There we go. That's sticky. What I love is these kits, they come with their own batteries. I love that. But getting the batteries out, that sucks. Because, pop it open, and, oh, well, you know, it actually works for once. Normally there's 2 layers of plastic in here, which really blow. Okay, this makes it an awful lot easier. Plus with the plus sign, and well, plus sign up here, plus on the battery. We just plug her in now, and we got light. We have light. And see, now the battery's not fully fitted, right? So that means as soon as I unplug it, no tail light, none. But I'll be quick with this. So, battery in. Make sure the lamp's in, pressed in nicely. We got the base, making sure that's fitted in correctly. Yeah. Clips in there, clips in here, and yeah. There we go. Now I just grab the bogies, clip them on. Yeah. One thing about these teak bogies, they sometimes give resistance either going in or being pulled out, which is annoying. And there we go. And to show you don't really need pickups, look at those wheels. They're grubby. They're very grubby. Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. But yeah, here we go. Beautiful taillight. And just as a showcase of things, here we have the original piece, British Railways Western Region Mark 1 BG. Try saying that 3 times fast. This is what I originally have with a taillight fitted, and I'll be honest, I never had to do a darn thing on this except change the battery. So we'll just keep it there. However, with this linear brake, I did try painting one end, didn't work right, but it will get a repaint because look what we have. Another tail lamp. Fitted, admittedly, quite higher, but I had a really bad reference photo to go from, so yeah. I blame the photo. Man, I've got an itchy nose today. So, we got ourselves 3 light up coaches. And all not needing a single bit of track power. How about that? Now, originally, I would have loved to have fitted one to a brake van. I might still do that in the future. I've got one kit left. However, I've yet to find a brake van I can easily take apart to do so. The only easy ones I have are Southern Railway Queen Mary brake vans by Bachmann. But even if I did that, feasibly it would be wrong to do so, because the length of lead you need is stupid. I'd actually have to solder extensions onto the LED, because here we have the white light LED, and as my fingertips pretty much show the length of it in total. Something like that. Yeah, I'm afraid the Queen Mary brake vestibule bit is quite large, so it would not work, really. Honestly wouldn't. Oh well, it is what it is, I suppose. But I can happily say this video comes to a beautiful end. Next up on a workshop video though, coal loads on not simple tenders, not removable coal loads. I'm done with that rubbish. Coal loads in hopper wagons. And I do mean proper hopper wagons. Simply put. And I had to forget to get them out before shooting. Oh goodness me. And I went for the wrong box, which is even worse. Multiple boxes under the layout, it never helps, but what I mean is simple 20-ton hoppers like this one. This one already has a coal load, but I'm going to show you how to do a coal load like this. It's quite simple, quite sturdy, and I accidentally bought a modern era piece of rolling stock. You'll see it in the next video. I'm not giving you any sneak peeks. Oh well, until then, this is Upwell and Onwards from Wisbech Workshop saying sayonara. If the